Yo, yo, yo! What is up, YouTube? I am here with another video, and this video is a bit different from what I usually do. But as you know, I just recently caught majority of the secrets, and honestly, I've been wanting to do a tier list. So I made this little thing. If you know what this site is, then you can easily just make your own templates. But I basically gathered all the useful and kind of the monsters you usually get to slowly get stronger in the game. And I'm just gonna, just rank them. Now, some of the monsters I don't actually have, so I can't showcase their moves. So I did prepare some videos on the actual moves itself, but just due to respecting the people who actually made the content, I will not be showing the moves, but I can show you the icons and kind of it explains what the moves do. But yeah, let's get right into it. So first off, we have Rag Blaze. So now, personally, I like him. I like his model. Like I said in my other video, he reminds me of a Digimon. So as you can see, his model is very clean, very clean. But this is not about this isn't about looks. This is a tier list based off of usefulness. Now, I'm not going to put him down so low, but he is an outdated secret. However, he is still good for grinding to the top. Now, looking at his moves, he has 3 moves, and these are actually pretty good when you are a lower level or just starting. Because if you do end up getting him, you will probably use him until Duneland, if I'm being honest. Just based off of his kit and everything else, he's still pretty useful. Give you a little idea of what his moves look like. Little circle. Do a little blaze. Yep. Pretty good, pretty decent damage. There's a level 11 and a D rank. I believe he scratches too, but I think he needs to be a little closer. But that's besides the point. As you can see, he's pretty decent. I'm gonna put him, giving the idea that he is useful coming up. I'm gonna put him probably B tier, to be honest. Like, he's still a secret, he's still hard to get, and he, honest to God, looks so cool, and he's pretty useful. So in usefulness, I'd say B tier, because if you do end up getting him in, like, I don't know, at volcano. If you're at the volcano island, you get this guy somehow during the evolution, then he's pretty much gonna carry you until Dune Island. Now we get to Fire Dragon Cannoli, whatever case. You know who he is. He is only obtainable through Robux. I actually do have him, and if you don't already know, he is the fastest mount in the game. Like I said, for the other one, I really like this model as well. I think it's really cool. If you're wondering its moves, it has 2 moves, and the Dragon's Breath and the Fireball are pretty decent cooldowns, and they're pretty decent damage itself. I did not mean to one tap him. Let me see if I can show you the other one. That's his Fire Breath. It's kind of like it's like an ongoing damage effect, so it's pretty good. It does pretty decent DPS. I would put it because I bought this in the beginning, like when I first started the game. I bought this guy, and he kind of jump started my whole thing. So in terms of the ability to actually get him, pretty easy. But his evolution, however, kinda hard. But let's see. In terms of usefulness, I would put him either in front of him or behind him. I think because he is so useful even while he's not on your team, I think I'm gonna put him A tier, because he's the fastest mount in the game, and that's like a permanent thing as long as you have him even not on your team. Next up we have Glazodon. Now, what you do if you don't know who Glazodon is, basically like Godzilla, pretty much. I love his model, not gonna lie. He was my favorite until Eclipse Knight. But yeah, if you don't know what he does, he also has 3 moves. So all together pretty good moves. I really like his Frost Breath, just because it's like a straight line, just damage. Look at that. Like, look at that. It's crazy. Let's see if I can show you his other moves. It's a little Ice Spike. little circle hopefully does it. Okay, I lied. But yeah, as you can see, it's like an AoE circle he does. But as you can see, he is pretty damn good. And before Undines, he was known as the top tier monster. I myself was using him quite often. In terms of just everything raw power and just everything else moves wise, I think he's really good. Because sometimes I would even switch him in to help me with the tower. Eclipse Knight. Now, if you don't already know what Eclipse Knight can do, you can definitely check out my other videos. But of course, I will do you the honor of just showcasing him right now. He is, in my opinion, the best monster in the game right now. In my opinion, personally. His aura basically giving him shield and strengthening all pets. Reaper's Crescent, one of his best moves. It's just an amazing move. It's like kind of like a, how do I explain it? I can actually show you if he wants to do it. So obviously gives him a little shield, and then he'll run up and, yep, look at that. It hits so much. It's like literally the best move in the game. Maybe not the best move, but one of the best offensive moves in the game, in my opinion. So he's going straight up to S tier, personally, straight up to S tier. Luna Vox. Ooh, okay. So Luna Vox is a newer secret. She literally just came out. If you don't know who she is not an attacker. She is not. So if you're hoping an attacker, she's not an attacker. She or he, it, monster. It is a tank, an absolute tank. So it has 3 moves. Yes, 3 moves. This is its primary attack, 3 cooldown. Lunar Taunt. Oh my god, Lunar Taunt, so good. Basically a circle AoE taunting the monsters to attack only them. And on top of that, they have a healing move that heals 10% of their max health. And so for example, I have 2.7 bill. Every time I use that healing move, I heal about 300 million HP back. And majority of the time, monsters aren't even doing that much damage to you. But yeah, so at least to say, if you're not running Luna Vox, you're kind of throwing. So definitely up there in S tier, right behind Eclipse Knight, in my opinion, in terms of usefulness. Now, Titanisk. Here we go. Shout out to GH Plays. I will be using their video just to look at the abilities. So, Titanisk. He has 3 moves as well. Pretty alright cooldowns, but he has 3 cooldowns. I mean, 3 abilities, so it kind of makes up for the long 8-second cooldowns. He has Holy Aura, which shields and strengthens just like the Eclipse Knight. The Grass Tornado, I've seen multiple other monsters use this move. It's pretty good. The only downside is the fact that it kind of carries the monster away, which I don't personally like. Leaf Surge, pretty good as well. It's a circle AoE. Now, in my opinion, he is pretty nice. He's pretty good. Stats wise, he's not hanging with Eclipse Knight. So I will be putting him below Luna Vox, just because he looks like he'd be the tank, but his HP does not nearly match with Luna Vox. Now, Necro Dragon. I do not have Necro Dragon, but as you can see, shout out to Baka Bot Guide. They have the same moves as the dragon, but just in a green version and most likely way better stats. So obviously, I'm going to just put it above the Fire Dragon, because I still don't think it beats the Glazodon, just simply because Glazodon just has 3 moves, and 3 moves it's just gonna beat the other 2 moves. Unless the cooldowns are just way shorter, I still think Glazodon is better than Necro Dragon. Now we move on to these guys. The ones that you are grinding for and using before you get these guys. So, Gildron. Let me just show you Gildron real quick. So, Gildron is, if you don't know, he's the Dune Island's boss. He drops from an egg that you eventually hatch. So, this is Gildron. I really like his model. His model is pretty cool. I've always liked the golem type of monsters. But as you can see, he has Earth Smash and X Rock Toss. Now, these moves are pretty decent. I really like this one, but this one stuns, I believe. Launching and yeah. So let me just quickly show you what he can actually do. So that Rock Toss right there, multiple damage right there. It's pretty good. And then this, yeah. That's a nice move. Little circle AoE. The circle AoEs are always nice. Pretty good, pretty good. Personally, I would say he is really strong. Yes, if you can get him, then get him. However, do I think he is amazing? Not really. Because how I progressed is I essentially went straight to grinding Orables and Dustwings, and I didn't even get Gildron until after I already had an Undine. You know what I mean? So you really don't need a Gildron to start the Tide lands. So Gildron to me kind of just feels annoying to get because you have to beat him first, and he has like a lot of HP. If you're at that stage, he has a lot of HP, and then you have to open the egg to get him. You know what I mean? And it's a kind of a hassle. It's a real big hassle in my opinion. So for that, I will be putting him. I will be putting him C tier. No, you know what? I might put him D tier. Might be controversial. Let me know in the comments. But me personally, he's a D tier monster. Just because he's so hard to get and you really don't need him because everything else kind of surpasses him. But alright, now we're gonna go on to Voltgator. If you don't know who Voltgator is, let me show you. He is the raid boss from the legendary legendary portals. And essentially, I love his model, pretty damn good. He is pretty damn good, I will say. Now, he doesn't have 3 moves, however, he does have a passive, making your monsters do 50% more damage in the Endless Spire. He is the only monster that has this effect in the Endless Spire. There is another monster that has a similar effect, but that only happens in the portals. I will show you him later. But as we can just kind of just look, this beam lasts forever, and he just, oh my goodness, he's just rocking it. You know what I mean? Oh, like his abilities, very nice. I like all his abilities because it's the multiple damage abilities I really like because they have a chance to kind of just stop the monster from doing any from preparing any of their moves. You know what I mean? So for that, I will be putting him in A. Now, do I put him above Necro? I'm not sure. I wanna put him up here, but I think I will. Yeah, I think I will. I'm actually gonna put Necro above Glazodon because he does more damage. I don't know if he does more damage than Glazodon at max level, but he does more damage, and on top of that, he is a permanent mount. And on top of that, he's always an S rank. So I'm gonna just say he's a little bit above Glazodon. Like if I were to grade them, they'd be like right next to each other. They'd be like on each other basically. But he has 3 moves. I'm gonna leave it like this. I like this. Voltgator. Voltgator has better base stats, so I will be putting him up here. He just has way better stats than any 3 of these guys. So yeah, I will be putting Voltgator up here. Ice Plate. Now, Ice Plate is my boy. I used Ice Plate and grinded the crap out of portals and everything else to finally get strong enough to beat Undines. I think my team to beat Undines and grind them was an Ice Plate and like a Walrusk and a Dustwing. That's what I used to beat Undines. But if you don't know who Ice Plate is, he is only obtainable by portals. He's really good if you do end up getting him, and he's not too hard to actually get. I think how I beat this guy was like I believe I want to say 2 Orables and a Dustwing. No, actually no, I could have even beat a Dustwing at that time. I think I had crap, I don't remember actually how I got this guy. I don't remember what I used to beat him, but I got him. But anyways, he has, see, this is the guy with the passive that I was talking about, the 50% damage increase in the rifts. Now he has 2 moves, Ice Ball and Ice Road. pretty decent moves, and his stats are just insane, especially for the level that I got him. So yeah, look at his stats, like pretty good. He's not even max level, but pretty good. 148. Let's see. 148, 10 mil. Is that better than Glazodon? Oh yeah, way better. Way better. So I will be putting him up here. He's not better than Voltgator. If you don't know, in the portal you can either get him, Voltgator, or like some other miscellaneous guys. And all the time I would get Ice Plate. But I mean, I wasn't mad at it, you know. He definitely carried me, and he definitely made me a lot stronger whenever I got him. And that's when I got Undines. Now, Dustwing. Dustwing was the best support in the game until the recent updates came out, and there's just so many more better monsters that can just buff you, and it just basically negates all of what Dustwing can even do. But if you don't know, Dustwing is the second mount that you can actually get. The third one is from the raid shop, but it's really just a rip-off, so I really don't recommend buying it. So as you can see, they have Barrier and Gravel Scattershot. 3 cooldown, still pretty good. That's why the Dustwing is really good for early on teams. So look at that shield, pretty decent shield, I will say. And that's essentially why they're such, like, they used to be meta. That's why they used to be meta, because they gave shields. But in all of that, I will say he is, I want to say, above him. B tier. He's pretty good support. I will say I would have put him A tier, but due to so many more monsters just giving good passives and buffs and everything else, he's really been knocked down to B tier, in my opinion. I think he's better than Flaraga Blaze, just because of stats alone. But if their stats were the same, then he would be better than him. But now we go on to Mechavolt. Mechavolt is also one of the new monsters. I actually got pretty lucky, and I got one myself. I got a C tier actually, because I was grinding some other portals. First of all, I love the aura of it. The walking is a little wonky, but you know, it's fine. I'm fine with it. The base stats are just cracked out of your mind. And also has a passive while in rifts, 50% damage increase, pretty damn good, and 2 moves. Now he has the best stun in the game. Circle, AoE, stun. He stuns everybody in his circle for a hot minute, and then he has this little electro ball that he can shoot out. Pretty damn good. Now, if you actually get like an S tier version, he's definitely a tower run type of unit. But me personally, I only have a C tier, and he's not that strong. He's not strong enough to hang with me in the Endless Spire. But with his stats being S tier, quote unquote, if they had him S tier, like, because I'm treating everybody here as S tier basically. I want to say he beats Voltgator because of his AoE stun. I'm not gonna put him S tier. He's not that strong. However, he is still up there. And also he has the same passive as Voltgator as well. So it really comes down to the moves at that point, and I think Mechavolt has the better moves. Now, Undine, my second favorite in terms of use. Undine in terms of use is really freaking good. Solid stats. On top of that, 2 moves with 6 cooldowns. Now, if you don't know what these moves do, this one heals, like it allows it to heal itself while also shooting a water ball that stuns, and this Tsunami also stuns. The Tsunami doesn't, well, it doesn't stun, sorry. It will stop them from doing their attack. So if they're mid like animation, this wave will push them backwards and stop their animation. Now you would think, oh, that's it, oh, whatever, but that actually stops their attack cooldown and makes them, like, it puts them on cooldown, so they can't use that move right away again. So it's actually so good, and I still to this day use Undine sometimes when I'm fighting a singular boss, because that's just how good they are. And for that, I will be putting that in S tier. Honest to God, I don't know the stats of Titanisk, and I don't know if Titanisk is like up there with Undine in terms of stats. So I am gonna put it behind. I am gonna put it behind Titanisk, just simply off of aura alone, to be honest. But yeah, Undine definitely S tier, definitely S tier. Now Woolhorn, Woolhorn, pretty decent. Not too shabby, honestly. The base stats are pretty good. It has a passive as well. The best monster to use if you want money. I will say that. If you had 3 of these guys, you are getting a plus 75% increase in coins. That's pretty damn good. His moves, pretty lackluster. They're both 8 cooldowns, and so he is essentially just kind of the guy you use to make money. He's not an attacker by any means. Yeah, he's still pretty decent damage though. Like I will say, if you have like if you're just starting and you get a Woolhorn somehow, like he will definitely carry you for a while. But because of that, I will be putting him D tier because he's only really good for coins, and coins are really only good for the Pokeballs. But once you actually get coins, then there's no use for coins. But now we have the Tidevex. If you don't know what the Tidevex is, he is from the earlier update, like literally the one before this update just happened. He's pretty good stats wise. Like I use him. I was lucky enough to hatch an A rank. Actually, no, I didn't hatch this. I evolved it. But yeah, I was glad enough to have it open shiny. But yeah, pretty decent stats. Like up there in the top 10 highest stats, like base stats. Now it has 2 moves, and it's pretty decent. It's definitely an attacking type of monster. No support. It's kind of just like a raw like stat type of monster. And for that, because of stats alone, I will be putting that above Mechavolt. Ooh, hold on. Let me just quickly check if Mechavolt has better stats. 9.5. Ooh, okay. Actually, you know what? I will be putting it behind Mechavolt because at S tier, he does not lack in HP. Crazy, like it's not a crazy gap, but he has a lot more damage than Tidevex does. And on top of that, he has a stun ability, and that's just way better than what Tidevex can provide. Because Tidevex, he's like he can carry you for a while, but then when it comes to like support abilities, he has no support abilities. But Orable. Okay, let me show you Orable. The reason I was using Orable is because he was the highest stat monster that I could get at the time. Like the regular base stats, like at the time, this was pretty good. And he has pretty decent moves, dash and a X air bullet. So the thing I like about him is that he had a dash ability, and basically what that basically does is he just charges at them. But by doing that, he stuns them, stops their move, and on top of that, he moves. So even if he doesn't hit the monster, like say a second party is hitting him, like this guy's hitting him, and he's only hitting these guys, he's moving, so it causes their ability to potentially miss him. And that just increases his time to be alive. So I will say he is probably, in terms of stats alone, he's better than him. He is better than him, I will say. The reason Dustwing isn't up here, like even though Dustwing is way stronger than the dragons, it's just the way faster mount that's really keeping these guys up in A tier. Now Walrusk. Okay, let's see. Do I even have a Walrusk? I do. Okay, perfect. So with Walrusk, he has very, very decent stat points. Now earlier you saw the Orable had like a 1.8 mil, but that's because that was an S tier. This is a D tier. So you can imagine what a D tier or what an S tier Walrusk stats would be. For example, bam. Like that's insane. That's insane. Now, I used Walrusk simply because he has the same moves as I think the Tidevex. and also it's just good. Like it was just a good monster to use, and it literally, you had to use this monster in order to get Undine. Like there's no other way around it unless you had like crazy secrets or whatnot. But definitely, this is definitely a progressive monster that you do need. And I will say he's gonna be above the Blaze, because unfortunately he just lags behind so much because he was one of the first monsters to come out. You know what I mean? He was one of the first ones, so he will be lacking in stats. Now if it's abilities, I would put him like below A tier, low A tier, something, so low A tier, high B tier, because of his stats alone. But now we are going to be looking at Weasplash. Now the reason I'm putting Weasplash in here is because if you don't have the strong monsters like Orable or whatever crap, you can farm Weasplashes, and because their stats are already pretty good, you can farm them to have a full team of Weasplashes to take down a Walrusk, and then you get that Walrusk, train that one up, and then eventually get a full team of Walrusks and kill Undines, and that's when you get a full team of Undines. So that's how I did it. But as you can see, Weasplash has Tsunami and Water Shuriken. Pretty good damage, like damage monster altogether. Like see that? Like pretty good damage monster. I will be putting him probably in a C tier because dang, you know what? Low-key Blaze is worse than all of these guys just on stats alone, but I will be keeping him here just for moves. You know what I mean? Moves. I don't think Weasplash deserves B tier. I think he is just a C tier, just based off the fact that he's so easy to get, and he is strong, yes, but that's simply because he's in the newest world. Now Fanglo. If you don't know who Fanglo is, you get him from Rifts, and I think that's the only way to actually get him. But he is such a must-have monster because he has the special skill of increasing your luck by 5%. And that's really, really good because he's the only monster in the game to be able to increase luck. So he's really, really good. He's definitely not sorry about that. Something happened to my recording mid-recording. So as I was saying, Fanglo is definitely an A tier, like bottom A tier unit or monster, just because he is the only monster in the game that can give a plus 5%. I know I said it was based off of raw power, this and this and that. Changing it just slightly, just because he literally is the only monster in the game that can increase your luck to open like any pets, any good ranks. He's literally a must-have unit. But other than that, that is all for my tier list. Let me know what I left out. Let me know what I could have added, and I will respond to comments as usual. I will be leaving the tier list in the description if you want to try it. Let me know what you guys think is your S rank monsters, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Later.